Police constantly warn us about the dangers of distracted driving. They can even give you a ticket if you're texting behind the wheel.
But a 41 Action News investigation found some officers are not taking their own advice. Investigator Ryan Kath shows the consequences of what happens when an officer's attention wanders from the road.
This photo was taken the day sisters Jessica and Kelly Ewell lost their lives.
You never know in life that would be your last moment, and I really hope that they didn't know.
It was the day after Thanksgiving in 2007. Kim Schlau remembers seeing the coroner walk up to her house.
I didn't want to open the door because if I opened that door, it became real, and until I opened that door, I still had 3 daughters.
Jessica and Kelly died in a horrific head-on collision with an Illinois state trooper.
He literally drove through the top of their car.
The trooper was responding to a car crash in the St. Louis area. Court records show he was driving 126 miles per hour, talking to his girlfriend on a cell phone, and emailing for directions on his computer when he lost control of the car.
On so many levels, this crash was preventable.
An extreme and tragic example. But we found video of other crashes that never made headlines. Watch as this Missouri state trooper driving 60 while looking at his computer drifts off the road and then loses control. The 41 Action News investigators looked through 40 crash reports in Missouri, all with a common cause: distracted driving by law enforcement.
I said, "Watch out," and that's when he hit.
Bob Dyer was driving on this Independence Road last August when he slowed down to take a right-hand turn. The police officer driving behind him never even hit the brakes. Bob's head smashed the back window of his truck.
He says, "I'm so sorry." He says, "I was looking at my computer."
We read similar stories all over the state. Officers getting into wrecks because of distraction.
And just listen to the close call a sheriff's deputy had last year. He was on the phone and approaching a railroad crossing in rural Johnson County, Missouri. He says he didn't see or hear the train coming until the very last second when he slammed on the brakes. The train collided with the bumper on the deputy's car and actually spun it around so it was parallel with the train tracks. That deputy just a couple feet away from losing his life.
We found distraction is cited as the main cause in an average of 3 police crashes every month.
Yeah, it's very easy to get distracted.
Sergeant Andy Coates, a state patrol veteran of 17 years, admits there's a lot competing for his attention these days.
On a black Ford Taurus.
Along with the radio, there are lights and sirens, radar technology, and most of all, the laptop sitting right next to the wheel.
Officers are wrecking squad cars all over the country because they're distracted, because they're focused on something else.
It's such a problem that Keith Wenzel, a longtime sergeant with the Dallas Police Department, now leads a crash course in distracted driving, from fender benders to serious wrecks. His message to officers: you can't divide your focus between computers and the road.
You may get complacent in what you do and realize, well, I could do all these things and still maintain control of my vehicle, when reality is that you can't.
Kelly was 13 years old.
Kim now takes the story of her daughters straight to the police, reliving that pain over and over in hopes of connecting with a cop.
How do you find the strength to do this?
It's helping me introduce my daughters to people who otherwise aren't going to know them. I think for their legacy, for me to be the one to carry that on, I'm very proud to do that for them.
A mother's anguish turned to advocacy to keep officers' attention on the road.
And the trooper who killed Kim's daughters pleaded guilty to reckless homicide. A civil court later awarded the family with $8 million in damages. And Mark and Krista, there's actually a new technology that can disable these police computers once they reach a certain speed. Kim is hoping that more police departments proactively consider that option.
Sure. Oh, wow. Kind of like what's on his cell phone, too. Thank you, Ryan. On KSHB.com, the investigators have listed a timeline of crashes from 2012. You can also watch dash cam video and see how different police departments in our area handle use of computers while driving.